Hello and welcome to the engine room from Finally. Today we have the David Attenborough of engineering. We have Richard Kingsbury. Hello, Richard.
Well, I got no chance of living up to that now, Stephen. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So
Good.
I've given you a little bit of background as what this is all about. And the first job for you is to sum up Kingsbury in 30 seconds. This is your 30-second elevator pitch. Over to you.
I'm telling you now, I've got no chance of making 30 seconds, but I'll do the best I can. So if we consider manufacturing, the broad definition of manufacturing, it is the transformation of raw material into a more useful shape. And for thousands of years, that has been done in the main subtractively. And in the 21st century, we have now seen the additive world come to fruition. As far as Kingsbury are concerned, our main focus, not exclusively, but our main focus is on parts that are made out of metal. And the more demanding those parts in terms of the material itself, the accuracy, the repeatability, or indeed the output, what the actual customer is requiring in terms of output, the more difficult those challenges become, the more relevant Kingsbury's solutions are. So our focus, the machines that we have and the people that we employ, is all about providing technical solutions to complex problems in the manufacturing sphere. Bloody hell, that was good, wasn't it? I'd buy that.
Do you know what? It certainly wasn't 30 seconds, but not bad at all.
All right, we'll take that.
Yeah, we'll take that. So let's keep
Wrap
going.
it.
Let's keep going, Richard. You're on a roll now. You're on a roll.
Okay.
So we've got 3 questions that we ask each week.
Yes.
And the first one is, what is your favorite quote that you like to live by?
Yeah, no, I saw the young lady who did this last week. I can't remember her name. She did an excellent job. And she had 2. So I've decided I'm going to go with 2. One is very, very short.
So Sarah has set a precedent.
Sarah has set a precedent. So Sarah, thank you for that. The first one is very, very short. And it's a bit urban, modern, but every day is a school day. As far as I'm concerned, that is absolutely massive for what we do. We're talking to people, different people all the time about challenges that we'd never even thought about before they knocked on our door. So for me, every day is a school day. And then another one, which I'm going to have to read to you because it's far too long for me to remember with my senile brain. But this is something that I come across all the time because of the type of products that we sell. So this is written by a guy called John Ruskin. And John Ruskin was a Victorian philanthropist, art critic, economist, highbrow thinker. And he wrote, "There's hardly anything in the world that someone cannot make a little worse or sell a little cheaper. And the people who consider price alone are that person's lawful prey. It's unwise to pay too much, but it's worse to pay too little. When you pay too much, you lose a little money, that's all. When you pay too little, you sometimes lose everything because the thing you bought was incapable of doing the thing it was bought to do. The common law of business balance prohibits paying a little and getting a lot. It can't be done. If you deal with the lowest bidder, it is well to add something for the risk you run. And if you do that, you would have had enough to pay for something better in the first place."
Very true.
Bit of a mouthful.
No, I like that. I mean, it's a long quote.
It's a long quote.
But
and I've tried to remember it, but obviously there's no chance of me remembering it all. So
you know, it's so true. And even in my business, where it's so like what we offer, from a marketing perspective, someone could charge a fifth of what we charge, but actually what we generally find is people then just have to do it again. So they've wasted not only that first initial investment, but also all that time investment that happened in the first place. Yeah, no, I love that. That's brilliant. Okay, so your second question is, what is your view on the future of UK manufacturing?
Broadly very positive. I think obviously we've had tremendous challenges over the last couple of years with Brexit and now with COVID. And I think a lot will depend on how well Rishi Sunak gets to play out the agenda that he's putting down. I think British manufacturing has great opportunities. I think this whole reshoring thing that's going on at the moment will help. I think the government seem to be talking the right sort of messages in terms of reinvesting in the UK. My one worry in all of this is that I see it all the time on TV. I see it all the time when manufacturing is referred to, that our media seem to think that manufacturing are the dark satanic mills of yesteryear with with dark and dingy workplaces with swarf and corruption and rubbish everywhere, and it's a nasty place to be. And that is so far from the truth. And I'm just hopeful that the government understand that investing properly in manufacturing actually will create wealth for the nation. They talk a good game, and I'm hoping they deliver on it, because if they do, I think we have a tremendous future.
Yeah, well said. Okay, that's fantastic. Your third question is, what is the biggest lesson you've learned during your short time in manufacturing?
Well, when this question came up, I thought, well, how long have I been in manufacturing? And I know you're going to find it hard to believe because I'm so young looking, but 40 years. Wow. 40 years I've been doing this in some form or other, starting as an apprentice and all the rest of it. But I think that the biggest thing that I've learned through all of this is, although success is great, it's great to get orders, it's great to do good jobs and all that sort of stuff. The thing that really sets us apart when we're selling these complex solutions, the thing that really sets us apart is when things don't go well. How have we responded when things haven't gone the way that they should? And it doesn't happen all that often, but anybody in the machine tool world who says it never happens is a liar, frankly. I mean, it does happen. We sell very complicated bits of kit, and sometimes, whatever it might be, things don't go quite the way we want them to. And how, as a company, you then respond to that, I think defines you. And when I look back over our long history, I don't think we have ever done that badly. We have always done that brilliantly well, and we set out our stall to do that. So success is great. It's great that we've taken decent orders, that we've had success on projects and that sort of stuff. But I'm more proud of the fact that when the chips are down, how we rally. That's the thing that I think sets us aside, and the thing that I try and push very hard amongst the business.
100% agree with that. You know, even with our sort of client relationships, we like to think as well that most of the time things are good and everyone's happy. But I think when things aren't, for whatever reason, something's not quite happened right, it's how you respond to those problems.
Yeah.
So yeah. Exactly. So question of the week.
Sorry, am I allowed to carry on?
Yeah, do what you want. It's your show.
Well, I mean, one of the things, when you're talking about capital equipment, you know, stuff of the value that we're selling. I used to have a fantastic colleague. He's retired now, but this chap always used to have the mantra that when people buy machines from us, they're really career-defining decisions. If someone's spending £1 million or £500,000 on a machine tool, if they get that wrong, that can have real implications for their careers. And for us, we want to instill that idea that they have a trusted partner, that when they place an order with us, we will move heaven and earth to make sure that it does what we say it was going to do. And if it doesn't, for whatever reason, we will chip away at it until we get it right. And we need our customers to have that absolute 100% cast iron confidence that Kingsbury's are there for.
Perfect. Well, you know, that's the whole thing about it being a partnership, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so question of the week. You'll be pleased to know that I tailored this towards something I know you like to talk about at the moment, which is the super deduction. So what impact do you believe the super deduction will have on UK manufacturing?
I think it's difficult to underplay this. I think this is going to be really massive. I've seen these sort of initiatives rolled out in European countries for decades now, and I've always not understood it. We lobbied for much higher capital allowances and a furlough scheme in 2008, 2009, when the world went through the financial crisis. And at the time, Mandelson and his lot weren't interested in talking to us. 130%, this super deduction uplift is a tremendous advantage. The difficulty will come is when they unwind it. It is likely to create a false sense of enthusiasm, if you like, for the manufacturing sector. But I suppose that's not a bad thing after the year that we've just been through. So my personal feeling is that it will result into record order books for most machine tool companies over the next couple of years. Frankly, we need them because 2020 was not great. But I think it will be a tremendous advantage to us and to the users of these machines.
Perfect. Well, that's it. Thank you very much for being on the engine room and giving us your vast knowledge and experience. Thank you very much, Richard Kingsbury.
Steve, you're welcome. It was a delight to be part of it.